Hello, VC. This is Randy. I'm a longtime watcher. Figure I'd get around to make a video at some point, so I'm doing that now. Anyway, I'm 42. I live in the great state of Oklahoma, and I've been into vinyl pretty much my entire life. I kind of started off on the collecting thing when I was 5. I got my first record. I think it was a Sean Cassidy record. I'm not sure. It had the Do Run Run or something like that on it. And then after that, I stepped up a step to Barry Manilow Live. And somewhere in there, I got a ELO 45 that was on purple vinyl. All of those albums have since disappeared from my ownership. Don't know what happened to them, but vinyl has always been part of my life, always been around. My parents collected stuff. I just recently took a box from their house since they don't have a turntable, and I've inherited their vinyl collection. Actually, I just sort of took it. Anyway, some of the stuff that I've been listening to lately. Well, I just picked this bad boy up. Don't know if you can see that. Yep. The 30th anniversary edition. Been loving it. Had to go pick it up at halftime at the World Cup game where we lost to Belgium. Great game. Loved it. Anyway. Nice. Love this vinyl. This is just probably one of my favorite colored vinyls that I've ever owned. Never had a tricolor before. Just only had like a solid blue or a pink thing, and I'm not even sure what that stuff was. I used to work at a music store a long time ago, and when I was in school, and I inherited many things from promo or on promo that I have no idea who it is, and the label reps just kind of gave it to me because they wanted to get rid of it. Anyway, moving on. Next one. Something that is not new, but I've been listening to a lot. Left Field Leftism. Bought this in my heyday of working in the music store, and there was actually another independent music store right across the street, and every time I'd have a break or the store was slow, I would go across the street and hang out there. I don't know why I never worked at that music store instead of this other one, but I did. And unfortunately, that other one, Mohawk Music in Tulsa, has gone out of business, and it was just the most wonderful little music store. And instead of hanging around in a bar, I hung around in a music store. My wife always knew where to find me if I wasn't at work, and I was supposed to be. Next one. Oh, this is new. Got the new Led Zeppelin Remaster 3. Wonderful, wonderful record. Probably one of my favorite Led Zeppelin albums. I've been listening to that a lot, annoying the kids and the wife with it, and every once in a while the dog, if I turn the volume up loud enough. I've had, I don't know if anyone else has had this problem, but on the 4th track of the first side, I think it was Since I've Been Loving You. Is that? Yeah, I can't tell. Anyway, I believe it's Since I've Been Loving You. At the beginning, there's some pretty bad pops and clicks, and I've cleaned it in my spin clean twice, put a static brush on it. I've done everything I know to do, and it still has static. The first copy that I had, I took back and got a second copy, and this one still has the same problem, but it's not quite as bad. Don't know why. It's just there, and I didn't really feel like messing with it again because they were giving me all kinds of crap at the music store, so I decided I'll just keep it. Let's see. I'll get into a little bit of some other strange stuff that I like to listen to. Dave Holmes, Let's Get Killed. This thing kind of got me into a lot of beats and trip hop. I wouldn't say trip hop, but just a lot of beats type of music. DJ Shadow, DJ Crush, just all that kind of stuff. I really enjoyed listening to him, and I did have a copy of This Movie's Crap, Let's Slash the Seats. Wonderful Dave Holmes album. If you get a chance to pick that up, do it. It is really pretty wonderful. It's very cinematic, but funky. Okay, getting into some jazz. I'm a huge Miles Davis fan. I recently picked up a remaster, Kind of Blue. Do really enjoy Kind of Blue. Probably one of my favorite Miles Davis records, that and Around Midnight. I'm more of a fan of 50s and 60s jazz, the traditional bebop, hard bop is more my thing. That being said, I do like some of the Miles Davis early experimentation and with funk and like Bitches Brew and In a Silent Way and Jack Johnson. Great albums. Usually anything after that I can't get into. I don't know why. Don't know what the deal is, but whatever. That's just what makes the world go round. Everybody has their own particular interests, and whatever. So I've got that remaster. I've bought that on CD a couple times. I've bought the original vinyl. I've bought a re-release vinyl that came out in the 70s, and I own several different copies of it, and I love them all. They're all my children. And then, oh well, here we go. A little bit of Around Midnight. This was a 1970s remaster, and it's a great album, and kind of a neat story about some of my earlier jazz records that I have. That little music store that I used to go hang out in, Mohawk Music, I was in there one day, and a guy backed up his station wagon, said he was getting deployed to the Middle East, and he couldn't take his records with him. And would the owner be interested in buying them? So they went out and started looking at them, and he just said, "You know what? I'll buy the whole thing for $500." So I helped him unload the station wagon, put him in there, and we started going through them, and he started pulling stuff out, and I asked, if I could have some of this stuff or buy some of this stuff. And he said, "Well, just let me do my thing with it first. I want to have first choice." And of course, you're the owner of the store. Why? I wouldn't exactly, step on his feet like that. So anyway, I pulled up some Miles Davis and John Coltrane and Art Blakey and just some wonderful stuff. All the covers were kind of worn. However, the vinyl itself was just immaculate. So I probably came home with about 25, 30 records and spent, I think, $20 on the whole thing. Since I got to know the owner fairly well, and I spent a lot of money in there and a lot of time in there. It was just kind of nice, kind of fun to get those jazz records and get that stuff in my life. I needed jazz, and I still do to this day. It's just addictive. Anyway, that's really about it. Sorry for the quality. I'm having to use my Mac as a camera. Maybe as things progress, I'll get a real camera and get a real microphone, so this will look better. But anyway, guys, that is it. I am Randy, and this is my introduction to the VC. I hope to be doing more of these. See y'all later.